time.
Wanda, welcome home.
Vision residents.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
So, last night during the 2020 Super Bowl, sadly my team, the San Francisco 49ers, lost by 11 points. But there was something positive. So, we got our first official teaser trailer, if you really want to call it that, for Wandavision, which looks really interesting. Although it was a blickery, fast-paced trailer, we did get to find out a lot about Wandavision in Wade. We also got to find out a lot about Tom Hiddleston's Loki show, which is looking like it's going to be essentially Legends of Tomorrow, but hopefully not as bad as that show. And also the Falcon and Winter Soldier. We got a sneak peek for that because it's not really a trailer, it's a sneak peek. It's 30 seconds long. It's a glorified advert for Disney Plus because everyone unsubscribed after Mandalorian. But you got to understand, these shows, they're not coming out to 2021. So guys, you don't need to subscribe till next year. So what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos at the 100,000 subscriber mark. And now I really think it could happen one day. We're just about to hit 80,000, so we're 20k away. I will be giving away a PS4 Pro, an Xbox One X, or a Switch with any game. Just make sure to subscribe with notifications on so we can one day hit this. So I'm actually really looking forward to these TV shows. WandaVision has given away a lot. So in no particular order, we're going to go through the trailers. So Loki's brief appearance teased the Time Variance Authority, which in a nutshell is essentially Legends of Tomorrow on the Arrowverse. So what is the Time Variance Authority? It's essentially a society of far, far future time travelers. These agents usually travel through time, making sure that no timeline is corrupted, and sometimes having to deal with renegade agents who use their powers to their advantage. So essentially dealing with time anomalies. They are essentially the time police. And how do we know they are teasing this? Well, we don't know that. We really don't know they're teasing that. You could just make an observation because on Loki's prison suit, it looked like in a way, it had TVA, which could mean that they're essentially a group that monitor alternate timelines and see what's going on. So you could hypothesize or have a theory that it looks like Loki has been captured by them, possibly being questioned. They have only just started to film this, so I'm presuming this is probably one of the few scenes they've actually filmed. So we last seen Loki in EndGame in 2012, where they created a new timeline where Loki escaped with one of the Infinity Stones. Loki doesn't seem to be too happy being held captive, but it is interesting what he says. He's going to burn the place to the ground, which is interesting. But if you are a fan of the channel or the Legends of Tomorrow or The Flash, you get the vibe that it's going to be some kind of time traveling through alternate realities, and that's how he's going to end up back in Thor Love and Thunder, back in Thor 4 at the end of 2021. Loki isn't coming out to the spring. So is there going to be some kind of time traveling consequences or timeline ghosts like the Flash gets? I know it's a bit weird comparing it to the Flash, but it really does make a lot of sense. Then we get to WandaVision, which is actually looking pretty cool. So, as we've known for a long time that Wanda and Scarlet Witch were gonna have a robot baby and have robot sex. I'm saying that because you know how YouTube deals with that. So, you can see a ring on her finger multiple times in multiple scenes. Then you actually see her in a wedding dress. She also appears to be pregnant. And then there is 2 specific scenes where you see the kids, Wiccan and Speed. Okay, guys, you don't actually see them, but they're there. There is a visual representation of 2 things flying on the screen, which indicates they are having children, Wiccan and Speed, who I put a video out during Avengers Infinity War after that saying they most likely would, because there were casting calls for 2 twin babies. And yes, we haven't forgot, it is in the thumbnail, Scarlet Witch gets the cape and the headpiece for the red, iconic costume looking suit. Although it kind of looks like lingerie for a female, she won't be fighting in this suit at all, guys. At all. Why? Because that's not fight ready. So it's going to be very interesting. It looks like a mental horror story. As we know, it's set in the 80s, or maybe it looks like it's going to be a very sad story. Now, we get multiple glimpses throughout this, including the 50s and the 70s on the screen. We also see a more current, upset Wanda, because it flicks through 4 different variations, 4 different looks of her, and it looks more like the one that's dealing with the grief of the loss of Vision, because ultimately she's going to have to decide this isn't real, and she's most likely projected an idea of the what if she had a family with Vision, aka Wandavision. So you know it's not true, and you know somehow this is going to have a parallel dimension into Doctor Strange 2. And it does look freaking awesome. We know that Elizabeth Olsen can play this role very well, but she looks crazy, she looks nutty, then she looks like the perfect wife, then she looks like the pregnant wife, and she has a lot of different variations. And we do see the grey version of Vision, which there was concept art for that, for Infinity War, and he was supposed to come back as grey. When he died, technically, he was never alive, because he essentially is from, I guess you can say, Ultron. He's artificial intelligence in a way. A grey version of him. He turned grey after he lost the stone during Infinity War. So it is going to be interesting to see how they pull all this off. Now we get to the less interesting stuff, I guess you could say, because the Falcon Winter Soldier, we know the most about it. So Zemo was the villain in Civil War who pit Tony Stark against Captain America. So we already know he lost his entire family in Sokovia during the events of Age of Ultron, where Tony Stark's artificial intelligence, Ultron, went rogue. Now, the Falcon and Winter Soldier is set to premiere on Disney Plus this summer, which is interesting. So we do get a few new glimpses. The trailer starts, if you want to call it that, of Falcon with Captain America's shield. But what is interesting is we know US agents in this, so it's not like he's actually going to have the shield at all, but he will at some point. He throws it, which is very, very interesting, so to speak, because we weren't expecting him to have that, because obviously they didn't sign the Sokovia Accords, so they are technically going to be fugitives in a way, until US Agent most likely goes rogue, and then it's going to come down to the Falcon and Winter Soldier to hunt down US Agent. But let's just have a moment of appreciation for how small the new Captain America US Agent is. Like, seriously, how do you go from Captain America, Chris Evans, who, yeah, he's no like The Rock, but he is pretty big dude. He's pretty average. He's a pretty big dude for like an actor. So it is going to be very interesting to find out what is going to be the overall storyline for the Falcon Winter Soldier, seeing as it's supposed to have a lot of ties to the X-Men, to Fantastic Four, to Warstu, and those other things. But like I say, guys, this is a $5.9 million commercial, so I can understand why they only had a 30-second one, because justifying $6 million to your shareholders would be quite hard, and it is a glorified Disney Plus advert. The universe is expanding. They even made the Marvel Studios logo look like it was blue at one aspect of the trailer, which is a nice touch that I don't know if many people realized. And then right at the end of the trailer, it's like Disney Plus coming soon. So it is a glorified trailer for Disney Plus, and that doesn't mean I'm against Disney Plus. Disney Plus will be cool once we get all these shows coming out, and they do look pretty cool, and I'm really interested to find out what is the connection between WandaVision and Loki, because technically Loki could appear inside WandaVision. If she's going to be living the what if situation, what if Vision wasn't dead, then she's going to come to some realization towards the end of that series, thinking she's living in her own headspace. Or it could be something like that. We know from the Marvel manager, aka Kevin Feige, that it directly plays into Doctor Strange 2, hence why she's in Doctor Strange 2, and we are most likely going to get villains like Nightmare, although Doctor Strange 2 was originally meant to be a horror, and then Kevin Feige, the manager of Marvel, said, it's a PG, it's a PG, but it's a 13 and you're going to like it. So I am really interested to see where this whole new cinematic universe is going. Although the manager of Marvel, Kevin Feige, and the head of Disney, Bob Iger, have both alliterated multiple times that Deadpool 3 is going to be an R-rated 15, I really can't see it. Although Marvel can do some edgy stuff, and to be honest, EndGame wasn't really that edgy because yes, half the universe did essentially disappear, but they disappear. Yes, you had one scene where you chopped off Thanos' head, but come on guys, it's not like there was blood, gore, ears falling off, things jumping out at you, is there? So I just wish Disney had the balls to do an R-rated field without using 20th Century Fox. They should use Disney and open it up to 15s. It's not, it can only benefit the company. I don't understand why they've got to stay PG-13. And it literally, the fact of Blade. Can you imagine a PG-13 Blade where there's no blood and guts? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I know this video was longer than anticipated, but having a deep dive into the time variance on Loki's jumper, where he looks like he's being interrogated, there was a few things to talk about. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Warstu. I think we just hit 20,000 followers on there. And check me out on Twitter, just type Warstu or WStew, or the Facebook page, Warstu, or the website, warstu.com. And I will catch you in, actually wait, I've got a really big announcement coming at some point in the next 4 weeks. So that'll be interesting when I can officially say something. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.